there is one key habit that creates an attractive face and also maintains it: tongue posture. The single most important thing that I believe anyone can do for their health, their looks, or their life in general. It sounds like an exaggeration, but I'm about to explain to you why it isn't, and hopefully I'm about to blow your mind. Firstly, we need to understand that the tongue quite literally shapes your entire face and a lot of your breathing. When the tongue applies pressure onto the face, you shift the maxilla, the bone in the middle of your face, upwards and forwards, allowing the entire face to rotate upwards and forwards, meaning the nose becomes straighter, the jaw comes forward, the eyes have more support, the cheekbones are wider. All of these individual features we find attractive and put on a pedestal are purely because we have better tongue posture, because tongue posture is a sign of health. The second point with tongue posture is that it shapes your palate. And if it shapes your palate is a direct gateway to your breath. Your breath is the foundation of all of your life and living. So if you improve your tongue posture and you maintain it on the roof of the mouth, and the palate becomes a bit wider because the tongue can apply 600 grams of force and it takes less than 20 grams of force to move a tooth, and that's regardless of age. And even if you think you have your tongue on the roof of the mouth right now, I guarantee that nearly everyone will have a tongue tie, you'll have slouch posture from sitting on your phone, and so no matter how attractive or healthy someone thinks they are, or if it's the opposite where you think you have loads of issues that can't be fixed naturally, well, this is for everyone because it is nature. We are all meant to be healthy and attractive. It is as simple as that, so don't be limited with your mind. So let's get into the first key solution before we understand the tongue better. The first key solution is fixing our swallowing. We swallow 650 plus times per day. Each time, our tongue should be suctioning to the roof of the mouth and sweeping the food back. But nearly everyone slightly hunches over or sits on a chair while they eat, and as a result engage the muscles in their cheeks and face, meaning the tongue doesn't suction properly and it negatively affects tongue posture. And by the way, this is how you'll begin to understand that tongue posture isn't genetic. It is natural and it should be the same for everyone. But when we use pacifiers, when we suck our thumbs, when we chew soft food, all of these things eventually accumulate. So this isn't about genetics. This is possible for anyone at any age. So firstly, we're going to recorrect our swallowing. In order to swallow correctly, I want you to look at this painting of Mona Lisa. What is the correlation here, you may be asking? Well, let me explain it to you, my friend. But the most important thing is that Mona Lisa is staring straight at us. She is deadpan and she is serious. And this is what I want you to imagine every time you swallow. You want to be completely focused, only using your tongue to suction the food and not moving any of the muscles in your face. You shouldn't even be able to notice that someone is swallowing when they do it. Videos are on the screen. But one quick tip that I've never said before, which I'd highly recommend, if you really want to fix your swallowing, you can't just know the proper technique while still sitting in a chair hunched over. I'd highly recommend trying sitting on the floor while you eat, sitting in Caesar position on the ground. This will allow you to have proper posture, will also allow the hips to be back and allow you to be back chain dominant. If you know, you know. And as a result, you'll swallow better naturally. Plus, you'll be conscious of the form because you're imagining Mona Lisa, and this is a huge development for everyone if this is possible. And very quickly, an even more important point is that if you don't know who I am, my name is Oscar Patel. I transform myself from this to this, naturally fixing my health and looks. Now we currently have the largest health-based paid community in the world, helping spread awareness and helping people transform themselves naturally, feel better, look better, and just crush it in every aspect of life. I transform my own mother, I transform my sister, transform thousands of other people from all ages, 20 to 85, men, women, young, old. Everyone can take action, and I really believe that everyone should. So if you'd like more information, you can check out the community, link is in the description. You can scan the QR code on the screen. You don't have to, but I'd appreciate it. Now, without further ado, we get back into the second point. The second point is body posture. You can imagine that if you're hunched over like this, you cannot have your tongue on the roof of the mouth. If you put your head back like this, hunch over and try to have the tongue on the roof of the mouth, it becomes nearly impossible to get the back part of your tongue onto the back part of the palate. This is because your body is one interconnected system, and it's even deeper than that. We have different fascial lines going throughout our body. So for example, your tongue is connected to the rest of your body, like your rib cage and pelvis, through the deep frontal line. And this is why if you properly suction your tongue to the roof of the mouth, not only do you look better facially, but your posture improves, your breathing improves, and everything else. That is why I say that it's the number one thing, because it's connected to many other parts of your body. It's even connected all the way down to your feet. So if your feet turn out while you walk, if you fix your tongue posture, you'll be more likely to walk straight, fix your knee pain, and move better. So if we're going to address our body posture to fix our tongue posture, two quick things. I'd like everyone to take a ball, a tennis ball, or if you have one, a fascia ball, that'd be amazing, and roll out the area just below the rib cages, lie on the floor and roll that area out. That's deeply connected to the deep frontal line. Secondly, I would like you to take a gua sha or just use your fingers and some oil and massage around your upper chest, neck, and back of neck area to get the lymph moving. This will target one aspect, and the second aspect is changing our baseline posture. The best way to do this is spending more time on the ground. That is 100% certainty. Everything we do in the modern world, soft mattresses, chairs, is pushing our body out of alignment. If we sit on the ground more, it will encourage fascial loading and it will allow the body to be in balance. And if it feels tense or sore spending more than 30 minutes on the ground, then that is just an indicator of just how out of touch you've become with your body. And this isn't an age thing. No matter how old we are, we should always be able to do this. Here are some of the easiest positions you can try to spend more time on the floor, and I will definitely make a more in-depth video on this topic in the future. And I'm just about to upload a new routine on this into the school community. So again, if you'd like to check that out, link is in the description. So now you understand that the tongue not only is responsible for developing the face upwards and forwards, it is connected to our swallowing, it's connected to our body posture, and you need to understand it's also connected to a lot of other systems. It's been shown that if you put your tongue on the roof of the mouth, it shifts your heart rate variability, it makes you calmer, it shifts you into a parasympathetic state. You literally become less stressed when you do this. Equally, you will sleep much better, because if you don't have the tongue on the roof of the mouth, you won't be able to have proper neck posture, meaning your breathing gets distorted. That's why a lot of people who mouth breathe can't have their tongues as easily on the roof of the mouth. And this happens as people get older, again, because we spend more time sleeping on soft mattresses and our body becomes out of balance. And when our body becomes out of balance, our tongue falls off of the roof of the mouth. So the final quick point that I'd like everyone to try, and if you're still watching this video, I appreciate you, this is very worthwhile, is understanding these two little nuances about the tongue. Firstly, that it's linked to tension in the face. So if you have upward tension in the face, it becomes easier to have your tongue on the roof of the mouth. And equally, if you have your tongue on the roof of the mouth, you naturally have more upward tension in your face, which is why cheekbones go out, etc. And secondly, we have tongue ties, which are restricted bits of fascia, which over time can become a lot worse for people if we don't use our tongue properly. So what I'd recommend everyone doing to address that is taking a towel and literally just stretching the tongue forward, going slowly, trying to maintain proper body posture, trying to relax your nervous system. Again, you can't just yank and force these things. Your body needs to respond properly and it needs to learn new patterns. So you need to go slowly, try and be present, try and engage your nervous system, hold it for 10 seconds to the front, 10 to the left, 10 to the right, and then you can accompany this with upward tension by sleeping every night with Zygotape, which will naturally push your tongue on the roof of the mouth. Also make sure you're sleeping on your side. But if you do all of that, you'll fix your tongue posture the real way by looking at the body as a system rather than just looking at one individual part. And you can see in my before and afters just how clear this is. My tongue literally expanded my palate, opened up my airways, and changed my life. And I'm so confident it can fix so many issues for so many people. If you'd like more accountability, some routines, and to get into this properly, because you know that after seeing this video, you may not actually take action, you can join the community. I'm sure you won't regret it. But have an amazing day. Thank you for watching. And remember, health is looks.